Hi everyone, it's Ginger with Soul Visions with Ginger podcast. Thank you for tuning in today. My name's Ginger. I'm a certified psychic medium, and I bring you all things that have to do with energy, readings, magic, all the things that go into being a psychic medium, a healer, a guide for other people. So let's dive in. Today, I want to talk about what happens when a person, a living person, passes away and does not go to where they are supposed to go. I was watching YouTube and saw someone who was speaking about how spirits always go to the other side. They don't need help being sent to where they're supposed to be. And everything inside of me went, nope, that's not right. That is not right. Because in my work of 44 years of doing readings, I have come across many, many spirits, people who've died, who have not gone where they're supposed to be, and they're wandering around their loved ones' homes, or they're at the site where they were murdered, or they died suddenly, and they don't know how to get to where they're supposed to be. Some of them don't even know they're dead. And these kind of situations come up so many times every week while I am doing mediumship readings for people who are living. Not only does it come up, but when I'm reading for somebody, I will pick up spirits in their home that are not their loved ones. So what does that mean? Well, your loved ones on the other side will come to you to where your environment is, at work, at your home, in your car, in the garden, outside, in your basement, wherever they want to connect with you so they can connect with you. And usually it's a beautiful interaction. They may flicker a light. They may knock on a wall. They may touch you really quickly, like on your right shoulder, and you'll get a sudden chill. Or you may walk into the kitchen in the morning to make your coffee, and your mom may be in there doing the dishes. Energetically, of course. She can't really do dishes because she's in spirit. But you may feel a cold chill or a cold presence when you walk in, and as soon as you walk in, it goes away. It's just their energy being there. Sometimes they'll sit on the edge of the bed while you're falling asleep and just watch over you, not in a creepy stalker way, but in an I'm your mom or dad or whoever, and I love you kind of way. There are other spirits who are either in an environment that you have made your own, whether you bought a house or you rented an office, and you walked into this energy in your new home, new office, new land, and those spirits are there before you ever got there. Depending on what happened in that environment, those spirits remain. That's how paranormal people can do what they do when they go and investigate. If all the spirits went to the places they are supposed to go, they wouldn't be chilling out in somebody's house or haunting the apartment next door or walking through people's houses in North Carolina where the Civil War took place. Yes, I pick up on that in readings. Without knowing these people are in North Carolina, I'll say, you know what? I see men in military uniforms with their horses and their muskets walking through your house. And the people I'm reading for go, yep, we have seen it. We have heard the horse hooves. We have felt like people walk up and down our hallway in our house all the time, all night long. That wouldn't be happening if everybody went where they're supposed to go when they pass over. Why do spirits stay? This is a very debated issue. In my opinion, as a medium who talks to the other side every single day for 40 some years now. They stay for different reasons. The main reasons that I find is they don't know they're dead. They died quickly. Something happened quickly, and their soul didn't know what to do. It didn't disconnect from their physical body correctly, or it got interrupted in the disconnection process and it became earthbound, which means it's still here doing its thing like it's not supposed to do. Like soldiers. Soldiers die so quickly and so violently. I truly believe the soul becomes traumatized and it just stays. It doesn't know where it's supposed to go, especially if everybody else around them is in war and they're all dying. It is so much energetic chaos that I feel like the energies collide with each other and they can't move on to a better space. So they stay. I feel like the same thing happens when somebody is murdered. It can happen when they have a suicide attempt, or they actually make the suicide happen, or they have a drug overdose and they die from it. And it wasn't really a suicide. They didn't know they had fentanyl in the joint they were smoking, and they died. They don't know what's happening, so they stay. It's very disturbing to their energy, to their awareness. And again, I feel like the energy of leaving the body when the soul disengages becomes confused and it doesn't know where to go. So it just stays where it's at. I've talked to many people whose children have been smoking a joint laced with fentanyl, and the child died. And they're stuck in the place where the child died. The child, son or daughter, can't get out of that space that they're in of, oh my God, what happened to me? I didn't do this on purpose. And a lot of times they stick around just so they can say, I did not commit suicide. I did not do this on purpose. I was smoking a joint with my friend from school and that's what happened. And they want to share it. They want you to know, I didn't do this on purpose. So that keeps them there. There are many people who have died from dementia and they don't know that they've died because they're kind of in their body and out of their body at the same time because it's uncomfortable to be in their body. They're tired. They're kind of like with one foot here in the living realm and one foot in the spirit realm. They don't really know what's happening. They're just in this place of, my body is here, but my soul is out and about wandering around because I don't want to be in this body that's stuck. Most of the time, this is people with Lewy body dementia, or their dementia has gotten so extreme they can't get up and walk around and they're bedridden. They're just so exhausted from that. So they take themselves out and they feel like a spirit, but they're not totally. Those people have a hard time getting to the other side too. And they will stay in their house or in their assisted living room or in the hospital until somebody like me comes along and does a reading for their family member and says, Aunt Cheryl is not in spirit. She's walking around your house trying to get your attention saying, I don't know where I'm supposed to be, so you need to send her off. I find this a lot with dementia patients. Also, people who have died suddenly of a massive heart attack, a brain aneurysm, and they didn't get to say goodbye. They didn't even get to say, oh, I'm here, then I'm out. Those people will stick around too. Again, I feel like it's the chaos theory where all of a sudden their energy shifted so fast. They weren't prepared. They weren't expecting it. It was just bam, you're here, then you're gone. It's a chaotic soul trauma that keeps them stuck here. How do we, the living, help souls cross over? I must talk about this probably every single day lately because there are so many people dying suddenly from adverse reactions to a particular event, a medicine. Many people are dying suddenly, and they go through this chaotic shock of having it happen. When I'm doing readings lately, actually for the last 2 years, there are so many people who die suddenly and have no idea what they're supposed to do. Where are they supposed to go? What are they supposed to be doing now? How can they get to where they need to be? They don't know. And they didn't get to say goodbye to the love of their life, or they didn't get to say goodbye to their children, or they died suddenly in their office and all their coworkers watched it happen and they couldn't do anything. So they stay stuck in those places and they're kind of wandering around going, can somebody tell me what I'm supposed to do next? I tell my clients that you may want to light a white candle for that person, even though they had their celebration of life, even though they had a funeral, even though they had some kind of ceremony from the living to celebrate them. Many times they do not go to the light. They go to the funeral, they go to the celebration of life, totally confused, like, wow, I didn't know those people liked me, but where am I supposed to be? I say to the living person very gently, I want you to light a candle, usually a white candle. I want you to be in a quiet place. Visualize gold light all around you, gold light from the top of your head all the way down to your feet, creating a giant golden egg of protection all around you to protect your energy and make sure that nothing else comes through when you invite this person who has passed and is still haunting your house, haunting your office. Yes, it's a haunting, trying to get your attention to say, I am here, I am earthbound, I can't send you signs, I can't touch you, I can't let you know that I'm around and I've made it to the other side and I'm doing beautiful spirit work. No, I'm stuck and I don't know what happened or where I'm supposed to go, and I can't find the door to get me there. And I'm going to call it a door. It's a portal of energy that they need to go through, but you can access it as a living person. Yes, you can. So you're going to put your gold light up, your golden egg, light your white candle, and invite your loved one in to join you. This is someone who has not crossed over. You do not want to do this with a violent spirit. This is not for violent entities. This is not for demonic entities. Let me just put that in there. That's a whole different podcast. This is for a loved one who died suddenly, who was in a chaotic energy. Or if you're living in a house where you have soldiers walking through your house with their horses, you can send these energies off through the portal that takes them to the realm of spirit, heaven, the light, the angelic realm, the spirit realm, the other side, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to refer it to as, you can send them there. You're going to visualize the light coming through the door, the tunnel with the light, the cloud with light, and a rainbow, and tell your loved one or this person to join you. And they're going to follow you to that place. You're going to visualize it in your mind. You're going to get freezing cold when you do this. Your candle flame's going to get huge. When they show up, it could even go out. Don't let it freak you out. It just says, hey, I'm here. And then you're going to say, follow me. You are not going to go into that light or that portal with them. It's not your time yet, but you can certainly show them how to get to it and say, I'm dropping you off here. I love you. Goodbye. And see them in your mind's eye going through. They'll feel that. They'll know what to do. You're going to warm up when it happens. Your candle flame's going to settle down. You may have a sudden feeling of divine peace, and it's the most beautiful energy ever. I would say leave your gold light up around you, put out your candle, maybe burn some Nag Champa or Palo Santo. Palo Santo clears out spirits in the room that you're doing this in, and kind of wave your Palo Santo around yourself just to make sure your energy is clear. Then drop your gold light into the floor. And let me just say again, this is not for demonic entities, for super haunted houses, for houses that are known to have evil in them. It is not for that. This is for loved ones who don't know where they're supposed to be. And usually when I talk to my clients, they know exactly who I'm talking about when I say, you have a man in your house who is not supposed to be there. I feel like he died in a sudden car accident. He was head-on collision with a semi-truck, and he was basically squished in his car. And he doesn't know what happened or where he's supposed to be. The person I'm talking to knows exactly who I'm talking about. Then I say, I feel like he's in your house. They say, oh, that's my husband. And yes, I have not had any signs from him. I have been feeling like something's not right in my house, and something's not right with him. I don't feel him around. I do get kind of a weird feeling that he's not where he's supposed to be. And that's how you know something's not right with your loved one who should be in spirit, but can't find the open portal to get there. I hope this defines what happens when people who die suddenly or have a chaotic passing event, what they feel like when they get stuck and are trying to get your attention to help them. I truly feel like not all spirits go to where they need to go at the time of death because of this chaotic soul trauma. We, the living, can absolutely help them get to where they need to go, which is what happens in very haunted houses. But the difference here is, in a haunted house, there's usually some serious evil going on. There's some serious dark stuff that has happened in there, and it's a presence that is not the average person's soul in a traumatic soul, chaotic energy. They're in a very dark, almost demonic or evil energy that will not set them free. If you feel like someone in your family or someone you love has had something like this happen, you can do this gentle sending off. If you feel like maybe they didn't go after you did that gentle send off, I would say connect with a medium who can connect to that person in spirit to find out why they're still here, so you can help them or that medium can help send them off. I hope it helps you find some peace in what happens in a mediumship reading and what happens when Uncle Joe is hanging out in your house. He shouldn't be there. He doesn't feel right. Or your daughter had a drug overdose and she wants to tell you it wasn't her fault and she's still hanging out in her bedroom. Whatever it is, you now know how that's going to feel. And you, the living person, can connect with the person who needs to go to the light and take them there. I am wishing all of you a very magical rest of your week, and I will see you next week with a new topic, a new deep dive into psychic mediumship and how it all works. If you want to know more about me, you can find out more at gingerquinlan.com. I am so appreciative of all the comments, all the people who've reached out to tell me, keep doing this, we're learning so much. That makes me so happy. So join me next week for a new episode, and I am sending you love, light, and magical fairy dust as you go through the rest of your week.